Blessings every
Hold on,
time.
Queen.
Right, Diani, what bless of yourself. What I can tell you is that aboard the Norwegian Jewel, all I could see for the entire cruise was Diani posters all over. Diani 2027.
Yes.
You know, I win Sanchez. Are you looking forward to the Love and Harmony cruise for 2027?
Yeah, definitely. My first time, my first cruise, as a matter of fact. So, one of the inspirations of my music, you know, Belsa, man, it's a blessing being on a vessel like that, you know. So, we give thanks for the opportunity as well. Not only for spread music, but for spread our music and get a different audience as well. So, it's a blessing.
Nice, nice. Diani, tell us about your new single. You just dropped a new single, and of course, that
The
song is
little
doing
things.
well. Tell us about
Yeah.
what inspired it and so on.
So yeah, Little Things, produced by Sean is yeah, that song basically speaks about life and appreciating the small things, you know, of this life, because at the end of the day, it really makes up the biggest parts of what we consume in ourselves, you know. Sean is a came was that one actually conceptualized the idea, and it was like singer really thinks that one here for you know, so. You know, man, from him said that I was go, and you know, that was the end of it, and it's been really good. The reception has been great as well, and we give thanks for every single person that has been sharing, liking, and commenting, and supporting the movement itself. It went #1 on iTunes like 2 days ago, and that is a blessing for me. So, Sean,
Yeah,
Diane,
congrats.
Lovely. Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I think sonically, like in addition to that, just even the delivery, like how you did it, it's really smooth, easygoing. It gives us this timeless feel as well. You know, you did say Sean is will help to conceptualize it, but what was that creation process like? You know, for you personally.
To be honest, you know, like with songs like Live a Little and other songs that I've coined, that song was definitely something that I really saw like potential as well. Yeah, as I said, Sean was the one me and driving force behind it. So from him said the word, you know, I was always willing to make it happen. Because at the end of the day, as I said, it's a timeless song, and with songs like these, you know, you would want this opportunity like that. And we give thanks because it worked not only the song sonically, but it worked as a video, it worked as a whole product itself, and you know, we're pushing the boundaries as far as it can go, and we give thanks to the Jamaican support thus far, because you know, it's really been doing numbers for me, and I can't complain.
Lovely, lovely. Now, Diana, we realize that, I mean, you know, music is traveling from, you know, different parts of the globe and, of course, heading into different markets. You've been to quite a number of events overseas. Tell us about how that is going in terms of, you know, shows, and if there's an upcoming tour to come.
Yeah, currently, I've been traveling. I came from a tour from Virgin Gorilla. Yeah, you saw you recently at the airport. I think you were coming off a trip at the time. Yeah, so yeah, the summer hall is packed and hectic, and I'm really grateful because you know it shows that the music is maturing. You know, literally from conceptual to a stage of growth now, where actually traveling and touring not only just regionally but internationally.
Yes.
And I can see the reception not only of the music but of like the people recognizing me, and also giving me a different energy versus when I just started. So for that I'm grateful. Super elated to really not only expand the brand and expand the music itself, but also to be able to just be aware that you know I've started from zero and maybe at a different stage of my life as an artist, as a young man, you know. So just super grateful to be where we're at now.
And creating your own
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
and it's interesting that you say, you know, you start from zero, because we did see, you know, how you started, where you are now, and it's definitely a gradual progression to the point where across social media recently, I saw somebody said, we always can depend on Diani for good quality music. When you see stuff like that or hear things like that, how does that make you feel personally? And do you take this on as like a mantle, like something that you have to always be mindful of?
No, I'm super grateful for comments like those. with comments, I take them with a grain of salt because comments can be good and comments can be bad as well. With that being said, it's always music first for me. Everything else will fall into place. I'm a servant of the music. I'm a servant of the passion and of the arts, of creativity. With that being said, I'm just doing my best and doing what I know I can do to the best of my ability. I was super grateful for every single person that see the work and commending me. So, we're thankful.
Awesome. Diane, no, I know you mentioned to us about Sean is coming up with the concept and so on for this particular single, but I want to go back to previous songs. Is there a way in which you write your songs before you hear a beat, or is it that you vibe whenever you hear an instrumental that holds you a certain way? You know what I mean?
For me, music is not necessarily linear. It comes in different variables. When I write songs, it's not necessarily one way. So today I can hear a rhythm and I write a song based off of the rhythm. I can go to an experience, I write a song based off the experience and I find a rhythm after. And then there's moments where, like, for instance, like Live a Little, that was done previously. That's a studio song, made in the studio, and the vibe was, that's how it was created, I did like 3 different songs on the rhythm and we picked that song out of the three options. So for me, as I said, music is not something linear. We're just doing the best that we can do with what we can at the moment, and just enjoy the moment, isn't it?
Got you.
And you don't just enjoy the moment because you come across like so believable, right? Whether it's feelings, something sexy and groovy for the ladies, or you go into reality with Live a Little, it's almost like, you take, like an actor, right? You take on the role and sell that. What's that process like for you, though? And of the two, do you prefer like the reality, or when you're doing something sexy for the ladies, like what's that like?
Which one is not? I don't think there's a preference. I think it's just appreciation of the arts. Ultimately, I experience all these experiences, no pun intended. I literally experience love, I experience life, I experience, heartbreak, I experience discomfort, and I experience gratitude. So ultimately, the songs are just a reflection of what I am been experiencing or what I've seen other persons experience, and basically a reflection of what life is. So I don't think, I'd prefer doing like lovers rock or dancehall girl songs or versus a conscious or cultural song. I think there's space for both of them, isn't it? For me as an artist, I've been influenced by likes of Shabba Ranks, to the likes of Bersaman, the likes of rock and roll artists and the likes of Capleton. So in that space, I guess I'm a mixture or a combination of all these sounds and all these feelings and emotions. And I think as a musician, we are just a vessel for the music, a vessel for the art itself, and that's what we've been doing.
Awesome. Is there any plans, for this year as it relates to our overall project? Would it be an EP, or is it something that you're looking at for, possibly 2020?
Yes, definitely. We have a project ready and we're to go, so I reckon we'll get it sooner than later.
Nice.
That's where we're at now. But definitely on the lines of Live a Little and little things, more rigorous, more conscious and more thoughtful, with a bit of, not necessarily R&B, but lovers rock in a sense. So let's go with the palette or the taste of my music in a sense, because most people know me as a dancehall artist, and with the advent of like Live a Little and little things, it shows a different aspect and a different dynamic of my sound and of my creativity. And we are showing the different sides of the different sides of my music and different thoughts I have to express.
All right, I think it's a good time for us to drop that new song that you just released, The Little Thing.
Yeah, man.
Right about now, so the listeners can take a listen.
Life's been feeling heavy lately. Some days I'm unsure how to feel. We had everything, I'm grateful. Yet somehow it all feels unreal. Wishing for some things I never noticed. Things that used to slip right past me. Funny how the world can shift in seconds. Change the way you see your journey. We chase the fast cars, the big dreams, the next thing. Thinking that it's all we need. But when the noise fades and the lights dim, the truth gets easier to see. Funny how the little things are the biggest things to me. A quiet laugh, a midnight talk, a hug that sets my spirit free. And when the world feels overwhelming, it's love that brings me to my feet. Funny how the little things are exactly where I wanna be. I keep close to the ones beside me. Close friends, family, my whole heart. Laughter lifts me up like magic. Their warmth keeps me from falling apart. Hugs and kisses keeps me steady. Simple love that sets me free. Funny how the things we once took lightly are now the things that means the most to me. We chase the loud life, the bright lights, the highlights. Reels are on repeat. But in the silence, in the real life, the truth is loud and clear to me. Funny how the little things are the biggest me.
The little things, of course. Big song.
Yeah, funny
Big
how
song.
the little things are the biggest things to me. No, Diani, I see where, the song is out. It's a real catchy song, but you also, you're doing some promotions across social media, just asking people what's the biggest thing to you. Do you find that releasing a song alone with the advent of social media is just not enough? Like there are additional things that an artist needs to do to get fans involved?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, with the advent of social media, there's so much, almost an unlimited amount of avenues, also free avenues to really express and even not only curate the narrative, but to promote what your intention is for the product. Ultimately, music is a product, and the social media is the avenue for advertise the product itself. And with being records now, we have a Gen Z. We're trying to find some different ways how to express the market, the music, or market the music. And Sean has really been pressing gas. Not only Sean but the team itself has been pressing gas on the track and finding some different ways to really get the sound and the music to a wider audience. And I think it has been, as I said, we got number 1 on iTunes, which is a blessing. I think it's been working thus far. So big up God all the time, because without him, not possible.
Right, true. A good time to
Yeah,
segue to, just to, once again, remind the listeners, tell them your social media handles and all the different platforms that they can check out your stuff.
Yeah, you can find me on our social media platforms at TRULYDYANI. TRULYDYANI. Truly Diani on our social media platforms.
All right.
Yeah. And in terms of live stage show performances, where can we see Diani next?
Where are they now? There's St. Lucia, Barbados, Bermuda, England, New York. We're kind of all over the place, yo. We give thanks.
Wow.
See, there's
That's
some.
amazing.
We have the calendar out on my page, so if I'm step on the page, you'll see the calendar.
All right.
Yeah. But Diani, before you leave us, I just want to use this opportunity to say continue to steadily progress the way you are. You're legit running your own race. You're not competing with nobody. You're just being better than the Diani we had before. And that's what it's about, So keep
Absolutely. And,
Yeah, man.
continue
We
to
see
stay in the
you.
lane. Yeah, man. Continue to stay in the lane. And like we
Yeah.
said, we were live, of course, on the Love and Harmony cruise, and you could see several persons anticipating next year's performance. So that's a great
Yeah, man. A problem, man, next year, man. So I'll see you guys there.
All right.
right.
Yeah,
All
man.
things be well.
Right. That's all.
All right, stay blessed.
Yeah, man. Bless
Go.
you,
All
Diani.
right.
All the
Take it
best.
easy, Diani.
Yeah. Awesome vibration.
Amazing. So
yeah,
that
man.
was Diani. Really, really love that new song. If you haven't heard it, go and check it out. And big up to Sean Nizzle. That was a really awesome collaboration with Diani and Sean Nizzle there,
Yeah.
The little
absolutely.
things.
Absolutely.
And sometimes a lot of us seem to forget the little things that are not so little,
True that.
them big and impactful. So we have to lock in and yeah.
That is it.